Hello, everybody. Seeing as there are still a few students who have not yet submitted the sweets problem, I thought I'd go over that really quickly, give you guys a bit of a review if you need it. As you can see, about a third of the people from 7A have submitted their assignment, and about a fifth, or a bit less maybe, in 7B. So, just to go back, obviously, we have migrated to the new platform in the Google Classroom platform. But as far as this assignment goes, you still have to submit this in Schoology. So if you go back into Schoology, scroll down to the bottom where it says Sweets Problem. And this is the same, obviously, in 7A and 7B. I'm going to show you 7A, but it's the exact same thing. So I made a little story for you guys, and I want you to sort of imagine this. If somebody came into your class, he was an exchange student named Paul, and he came from Great Britain, and he was telling a story. He had exactly 10 pounds, and pounds, by the way, are not it's not the weight in this case. It's the currency of Great Britain, the pound sterling. And the symbol looks like this. I don't know if you can see that on your screen. I guess it shows up in a red circle. So this is the pound symbol. And that's what you see here in Microsoft Excel. I'll show you that in a second. But basically, he has exactly 10 pounds, and he wants to buy at least one, of every single type of candy in the sweets shop. And you can read that story. It's basically the same thing. And there are two solutions. You have to find two unique solutions. Some of you tried to find three. That was because I hadn't yet updated my my spreadsheet. This was the model that I found on the internet. It actually had three, but there are only two. There are only two that you can find. So at the very bottom here, if you click on this link right here, you will download the file. Again, this will go into your downloads or descargas folder, and you can always show it. Mostrar and Carpeta, yours will probably say. So you can do that, and it'll come in. Now, I've already loaded mine up. It's right here. So if I flip to that, it looks like this. So basically, what it shows is what was discussed in the story. So there are 4 different types of sweets: Jelly Babies, fruit gums, chocolate bars, and cola bottles. Those aren't the actual bottles. Those are the little gummies that look like a Coca-Cola bottle. And these are the prices for each one. Now, the cells in yellow are the ones that you have to change, right? You'll notice that if I type something in here, if I type 1, remember we have to do at least one of each type, each different type. And as soon as I type something in, the price automatically comes up. You can't change that. That's something that you'll get a little alert, a little error if you try to change it. So don't try to change it. So for quantity of one will cost 1.5 pounds, right? For a Jelly Baby. For a fruit gum, you're looking at exactly 1 pound each. So you try to figure this out. I have 10 pounds, and I want to buy exactly 14 sweets. That's the maximum number that Paul can carry. So these have to add to 14, right? The quantity of each one has to add to 14, because that's how many I can carry. And the prices all have to be exactly 10. They have to sum to 10, right? So we were doing mathematical operations with functions for the last few exercises. I didn't show you the sum, and maybe this is a good time to do that. So before, if I press the equal sign, and don't forget the equal sign is the symbol that you need to let Microsoft Excel know that you want it to calculate a value. It's a function that you're entering. You want it to calculate the value of this cell based on the value of other cells, right? You always need the equal sign, no matter what operation, whether it's addition, subtraction. We did multiplication, division. There are other functions too, which I won't get into right now, but you always need the equal sign. Now, before I had you guys click like this on one cell, and you can press the plus button, and you can do another one. Now you could do that. You could do the exact same thing, and it won't hurt anything, right? I can say it equals that. But there's actually an easier way. When I want to do the same operation, when I want to add a whole range of cells, a range means a whole bunch of cells in sequence, what I can do is I can type in mine, it's English, so it will be sum, S-U-M. Yours will be summa, probably, if you have the Spanish language installed on your computer. But sum, left parenthesis, right? And then I click on the very first cell, and I don't let up. I keep holding the mouse button, or in my case, the track bar. I hold it all the way down. I drag it down so that the marching ants go all around the entire range of cells that I want. So in this case, it's C4 all the way to C7. And you notice that Excel puts a little colon, right, to indicate that goes all the way through all of the cells between C4, including C4, up to and including C7. And then I have to close off my parenthesis. So it looks like that. Again, yours will be summa, probably, if it's in Spanish. And after you type it in, you just hit enter, and you'll notice that this now is the sum of all these cells. If I change this, if I make this a 2, what will that change to? 5, right? It automatically updates no matter what I type in, right? I can make this 6. So again, this first cell under the quantity has to be exactly 14. So I'm going to adjust this to make it 14. I'm not going to solve the problem for you, but you have to change this. Let's make it too high, so I'll change this. Okay. Now, the same thing goes with this. I can type in sum, or summa in your case, and drag these cells in and close my parenthesis. Or there's actually an easier way. I could also take this bottom right. This is the same little trick that I showed you guys with Wizards Challenge. You can move the mouse over so that the white cross becomes a black cross like that. And I can press, and then I drag this across. Now you'll notice that the formatting changes. It doesn't say pounds anymore, it just says 6, because it takes the formatting from this cell. And that's not a good thing, really. So the way to fix that, I guess the easiest way to fix it, is to click on this little format paintbrush up at the top left, right? So it's copying the formatting of, actually I don't want the formatting of that, I want the formatting of this. So I copy the format of this cell, the one above it, and I just click it, so I'm pasting the format on the bottom one. So that now says 5.75 pounds, rather than rounding it up to the nearest whole number 6, which is what you want. So again, change these quantities. So if I add one here, now that'll say 15, so I have to take one of these away, right? And change the quantities, keep this at 14, right? This should be exactly 10. As soon as you find the solution, what you have to do is you have to select these. Obviously, this isn't the correct solution, so don't use this example. But if I copy this, or I can press Control C on your keyboard, in my case Command C because I'm using a Mac, and you can paste the values down here, right? And the way I did that, again, I just went paste, right? Same thing. Okay, so that would be my first answer. That's the wrong answer, right? I'm not going to show you guys the correct answer, but if this was correct, if this added to 14 and this added to exactly 10, then I would paste that answer in here. And there are two distinct answers, two answers with different values that will work in this particular problem. And once you're finished, don't forget to type in your name here. Okay. And then make sure you go back to, in my case, I have to go to File, save. Yours will be probably on the left-hand side here, depending on what version of Excel that you're using and what type of operating system you have. But you're going to save this, right? And you can even save it as a different name, and you can put your name in this file just in case. It will have your name. This will be saved under your username, so it shouldn't matter, but sometimes I do this just to be on the safe side. Okay, so that's going to go back into my Descargas folder, and then you guys know the rest. All you need to do, and again, these will be different values. Let's pretend this is like this. This isn't the correct answer, right? But if it was, this is what it would look like. Save it, and then go back into Schoology. Okay, and all you need to do is click on Submit. In my case, I can't because I have a teacher's the teacher's version, but yours will say Submit. Click the Submit button, and then find the file that you've just saved. It should be in your Downloads folder, and drag that across the way you did with the other problems and submit it that way. Okay, hope this clears up any confusion. If you do have any questions, the email system still isn't working on the new Google Classroom platform, so you will have to email me using this this direct messaging system in Schoology. If you want me to answer, if you want me to receive it, this is how you'll have to do it. Okay, so again, any questions, send me a note here, and good luck. Hopefully we can get this all finished this week, because I have to get your marks in very soon. So I haven't taken off any late marks yet, even if you've handed in late, but please try your best to get it in, because like I said, if you don't get it in before I submit my marks, then you won't be getting credit for it. So submit it as soon as you can. Okay. Hope everyone's doing well, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.